Everybody, hope you can hear me. Yeah, good evening. So I'm not going to take any more much PPT slide. Probably I'll show you 3 as I promise you. So first thing is, what I'm going to say is pretty simple, okay? We have been struggling not in startup 6 months, 7 months or something. So you are having an interesting debate like startup comes up, how do you fund go? I was just saying somebody, a friend, just 5 minutes back, he was having same question. So I just told him one thing, you are running a startup and you just know that you're running a startup. Ignore everything else. What others say, finance, family, everybody will have their views, so just concentrate on that. That's what we did for 4.5 years. As he said, we failed initially. I had done the entrepreneurship 4 years after moving out of Nokia. I joined another corporate, I don't want to just say, but no work, so I just got out and started the entrepreneur journey. When I started, I was a technical guy, but in this 4 years, I've changed a lot from just being technical to really do the things what makes sense to the business also. Basically, it should be viable at some point, it should be viable for the end user. It's not about money, it's if it's viable for him, he'll pay you. That's what we are trying to do with Mobilus. What are we trying to do here is very simple. Imagine you're a product manager. You want to develop an app, okay? You don't need a developer, you want to get your app within 1 hour, 2 hours. That's possible today with Mobilus. That's what we are trying it. 1 hour, yes. And the idea is like, you don't have to get trained on how to use it also. That's the way it's designed, it's done. We didn't do this overnight. We have gone through lots of pains, lots of issues in 4.5 years. To tell you, I've been in the mobile for 15 years. Worked from the first touch device on the Palm till date, whatever iOS you're getting it. Palm is the first touch device, even before you guys, you had even thought of it. But what I've learned is mobile innovations, you all know, like Apple is the most profitable probably, but happened at 2 ends of the world. One is the Nordic nations, Scandinavian countries basically, and the other one is, of course, the Japan. So yeah, even though we are an Indian company, but we are primarily based out of Japan also. So that's where we experimented. We tried to sell it in India, we failed. That's the story I'm trying to tell you. We have also gone through lots of things. So let me take you through the slide, what we have done. So primarily all our customers are in Japan today. This is what you say, right? So you prioritize your mobile app, this thing. You want a modular approach to develop your applications or basically get on your whatever, every enterprise I talk today wants to be in the digital space, which is basically predominantly on the mobile side. That's where we're trying to come up, but without programming. So the last word speaks all in for it, rapid mobile application development. That's what it is. We are a bit extreme on the rapid also. That's what Gartner uses the term. That's a Gartner term. We are in the Gartner watch list now for the rapid mobile application development, wherein you literally don't need a programming. And when I say that programming, you don't have to do anything, but finally you're going to get your code in the native. If you have a question that it's something else, no. So what we do actually, okay? This is what the problems, entrepreneurs, this is what we do actually. So this is what we do. It's pretty simple. In a plain language, we have an artificial intelligent machine which does a program for you. You have a front-end interface where you drag and drop the UI element that's common across all the mobile development platform. That's not where the story ends. After that, you add the functionalities with just click of buttons, no programming. Yes, you have a REST interface. You just put that URL into our plugin and you can see all your DB access there actually. You can access whatever fields there. And that's the truth. So then once you click it up, yes, you're getting your app. And you're not getting the app just for one platform. In the backend, the compiler runs for all of the platforms which you have. Today, we support all the top 3 mobile. That's like iOS, Android, and Windows we still support. And then you're going to get an add-on HTML5. That's what we do at Mobilus. That's what the stuff. So this is where I end. This is what it does. This is the only. So you don't need to install SDKs. You don't have to do anything. You literally don't have to do anything. Just open up your browser. That's Chrome, Safari, or Firefox. And just log in, do the programming, publish it. You get your app, install it, run it. If you're comparing, saying that there is a size layering like PhoneGap or something, most people today in the platform, they use PhoneGap or Cordova, Apache Cordova. You don't have anything there. It's literally runs on your native SDKs and gives you the native code. So that's the pretty much. So we are a 4.5-year-old company to tell you, and yeah, we have 200K revenue as of now, primarily from Japan. We have been in India from past 3 months in terms of sales. Of course, we have a presence in India, but sales we started 3 months back. So, you have any questions you could? Yes.
Is there any genesis to why you started in Japan? Or somebody was there? Or?
Yes, the CTO is from Japan, Akira, who happens to be whatever, earlier a print architect with HP and all. And he's a 50-year-old guy, techie, like us. He also opened the laptops till date. He's not a guy who say, I'll not repair my laptop, like us, he repairs our laptops.
So I'm sure it does not solve all the problems. So whenever a specific customization is needed, who does it?
Okay. On the market side, like if you want to develop an Amazon app with this, which will have multiple app inside and an extreme optimization, that's not the thing we are looking at. If you're in a company, like small company, you want to do something on a startup, as a startup, you want to develop quickly and launch, like assume, take an POC or basically real app instead of Uber app, you can do that with it. We have integrated with native, like your GPS, we have a direct GPS access, you have your sensor meter access, sensor access, everything we have given APIs. So you can directly develop with us. So there are limits on it. The target is very clear, we have set it very clear. We want to address only 80% of the mobile market and not the remaining 20%.
Is there provision of exporting the code also?
We don't know what is code, sorry.
No,
we don't give the code.
It will be easier to change then.
To be honest, I'm also an engineer. I still code, so you can always reverse engineer, but the whole objective is zero coding literally. We don't know what's code, actually. So.
What is the pricing?
Yeah, pricing varies. There is one with, of course, the enterprise, where we have made most of the selling in India. All the 5 clients, I can name few because it's signed. Reliance, Havels are on our list. Videocon, Liberty, 3 are there on the list. On the enterprise side, we have a simpler thing. It's actually 1 lakh per annum license. You can develop an app in publish in all the 5 platforms. You can develop n number of apps. What the licensing covers is basically what you finally publish and make it in the app store or in the enterprise. You can develop 100 apps. Counting happens with 1. So 1 lakh you can publish 2 apps in the 5 platform total.
What's the scalability for the users?
You're developing an app. In terms of backend, we provide a backend as an integrated thing, but it's typically an 4 GB RAM and 30 GB.
Will it take 10,000 users or?
That's predominantly backend objective. So you can integrate it, whatever your backend currently supports, it supports. In our backend, I will give you the hardware configurations. You can use it or not use it. We are not giving the backend. We're giving the front end part, mobile application. We are very clear on the strategy side. We are addressing only mobile. We will enter the variables in probably next 8 months, but that's where we are. We are not addressing the backend coding actually. So it can take a number of loads. If you have questions like highly integrations of IoT and other things, yes, we have already done the IoT integrations and it works on whatever Modbus, whatever protocols you want to use it. It's not an issue. Clear? Thank you. Thanks everyone.